do some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da, hope I get away with it. Oh, do-da, day.
Hi, folks. I'm Dan Hollifield. Welcome to Last Man Standing in the last 6 months or so of our usage of this particular streaming platform. So it has been decided among the executive committee of Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing that we're not going to pay the price increase. It's just not financially feasible for us to spend 2 months worth of grocery money to broadcast for a year. So basically, March, I do believe it is 22nd, 2025, will be a Saturday night, and it'll be the last ever use of this platform to stream Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing. We are working into other streaming platforms that are not insane, and we will either find something or we will just go to Discord and forget about recording stuff and putting it on YouTube. So what can you do? They only want rich people. Let them have rich people. And that's about all I want to say about that tonight, but probably it'll come up again and again and again. Anyway, here's Joe Bachman to join me tonight. Don't know if anybody else is going to join us. Aunt Donna.
Rich said he'd be here probably about 10 minutes. He's grabbing a bite to eat.
That's great. That's great. Carl is still awake. Aunt Donna is not.
Oh.
Well, as far as we know. Carl's in the chat. So, yeah, that was... Stupid O'Clock's hour went by really quickly. There's Thesis. And
hey,
hello.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of swapping around as people's subscriptions run out. Some people may have actually gotten a guarantee that their price is not going up, but that's because they were smart enough to get that guarantee in the first place. Joe Dog was not one of those people. And word came down to him today from on high that we were not going to be grandfathered in just because we were some of the first people to ever use the platform.
Well, that's shitty.
I agree.
Sorry for the language this early in the show, but I'm just going to call it as it is.
Really? We're hoping that we can find an alternative that is far more affordable and not impossible to learn how to use.
Well,
I'm looking into Streamlabs because, as Carl has been prone to point out, it is basically the pro version of OBS, or as other people call it, OBS on steroids.
Yeah.
And I have successfully used OBS before, so I've got a little of an advantage.
Yeah, I was looking into the Streamlabs thing. And to do multiple guests, you have to use another service with that. And the problem is you would have to, as your guests joined, you'd have to switch to different scenes, it seems like, to be able to get the camera feeds all on there. It wouldn't be like here where you would just hit add and
yeah.
So what I may end up doing, because I think according to the email I got, I am locked in for the $428 price. So if that's the case, I believe mine renews in January. Actually, I'm going to double check that right now.
Please do. Carl says multiple guests is an issue for OBS too. Foxy and Kitty are in the chat. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. So yeah, January 1st is actually my renewal.
Let's hope it's not like in Logan's Run.
So by then, I'll have my Christmas bonus at least, or my company bonus at that time. If it's still going to be the $428, I'm going to keep it. But I will probably talk with Rich and Nick and see if they're all right with adding more people on. And just do, because like right now, I think I set up just like a generic account that other people are logging in with. And actually, I think it's the one that you log in with, Bladed. Mm-hmm. The IndieCD at indiecd.org.
Yeah.
What I might do is just, if Nick and Rich are all right with it, give you and Joe Dog and John the username and password for that email to be able to get in and keep things running.
That's what we're already doing with Joe Dog's account.
Yeah.
Although Joe Dog and I have been splitting the yearly payment between the two of us for several years now. That would be nice. We would probably wind up needing to re-upload everything that we've got in the little side
That'd
thing
be the downside.
per channel. Yeah, which would reduce everybody's capacity to have those. Your account is only allowed so many bits and bytes, and that would be split up between everybody else that would be using the account, I would guess.
So the only limitation I've found so far is each brand is only allowed to have 100 items uploaded.
Oh, okay. Well, considering what we've got, I wouldn't have a problem with that. The only problem is that at the moment, StreamYard won't let us download anything from each brand
Yeah.
to save it. So some of that stuff will have to be either looked up from storage
Mm-hmm.
or regained somehow from other medium.
But that might be the way to do it. Just keep everybody going.
Well, Joe Dog might not go for it just because they screwed him over once. He doesn't want to have anything to do with them ever again. He's like that. If you've noticed that people he has banned from the different shows have never been allowed to return, that's because it's Joe Dog's decision to make.
Yeah.
Um,
And I would totally get that too. I mean, the price hike they're doing is absolutely insane for the few features that they're giving.
as far as I know, that dark mode is the only one people are excited for. Everybody else is going, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I do. I like Carl's comment. Maybe you'll get lucky and Joe Dog will lose a few little videos.
Depending on where he got them from, he's probably got them saved to a hard drive somewhere, or got them printed out 3D by now.
But yeah, it's all going to depend on. I'm going to contact them again in December and be like, "Hey, my renewal's next month. What
will I be paying?"
Yep.
This is going. I'm sending a copy to my lawyer. Class action suit. You lied.
If there's enough people that are on the lifetime thing, and they end up, sending us emails saying, no, you're going to pay this amount when you renew, and then comes time to renewal, and it's that inflated amount. Oh, I'm sure there's a lawyer out there that would take that in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Just provide a very wide paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyers love paper trails. And so do district attorneys.
Yeah. It'll be interesting in the coming months, because, again, if that happens, I'm going to have to probably figure out with Nick the easiest way to do NTF. And that's the other reason why I want to either keep on StreamYard or find something else comparable, is so that, we can, if something happens to Nick's stream, one of us can hop in and take over or shut it down.
Yeah. I don't know if we ran Dawn off or if she got a sudden emergency bowl of ice cream or what.
Emergency ice cream.
Hey, it could happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do need to go through and take out some videos, though, because my storage is about full.
And Foxy is lurking, sorta. Well, I went out with the electric chainsaw today and cut up a bunch of fallen branches that were quite sizable, although they're not really good firewood. They are quite cured and ready to burn. Should be able to use them to at least season the top of the new stove. Just heat it up, put the oil on it, heat it up again till the oil evaporates over and over and over again till it gets seasoned correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay went right back out to the hedgerow where we have the little miniature yellow jacket nest.
Oh, no.
I mean, miniature yellow jackets have a nest. Um, and she's going, "Hey, can you come cut this one down?" And then slapped at her arm. And I go, "You got stung, didn't you?" And she comes running across the yard. And yeah. And she is mildly allergic, so I've been keeping my eye on her ever since. But if it was going to be life threatening, it would have been within the first 15 minutes to half an hour.
Yeah.
So right now it just hurts. Maybe next time she'll just kind of go, "Yeah, I'd like to do that. Let's go buy some more wasp spray," and just soak the hedgerow down. Kitty can never find it. Search for Stupid O'Clock and get K-pop videos. Well, I would say subscribe, but that's not going to last much longer. Search for Hallowcon. That will not give you K-pop videos, I'm sure.
Let's see. Can I post that? No, I cannot.
Oh, you
But
do not have a wrench.
well, if I go to the correct account, I might.
I think I do.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, my Joe Bachman account is wrenched. The NDCD one isn't.
Hey.
Oh, Lord, I got to mute that because I'm going to hear myself on a 10-second delay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the schizophrenia is well worth the while.
I already have the voices inside my head. I don't need more.
Oh, you can always use more. You get the funny one, and you get the crazy one, and then you get the horny one. It's fun.
And then you write a story.
Uh-huh.
In 48-part harmony.
Oh. Ooh. That's only slightly dangerous. I don't know if that's the cable company or telephone company, but somebody ran a bunch of wires, did a big old loop. Pull it up here real quick. And now the wires are hanging down.
Oh.
Carl, you need to straighten up your antenna.
That's a lot of extra wire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least the poles are still standing.
True.
I have pictures from, God, several years ago now when we were sitting here minding our own business and the power goes off. And so I went wandering and went kind of down behind one of our grocery stores, and 3 separate power poles were down on the ground because somebody had hit them, and they hit one and that one fell, which knocked the next one over. And
We had something like that, except the power pole was right next to one of my neighbor's driveway, and it was split in 2, and live power lines were across the road.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And it's in the dark, and I'm walking up there with a flashlight. The police and the electric company were both called. Thankfully, Fargo, North Dakota did not show up, but the workmen did, and the cops did, trying to keep anybody from running across the downed power lines. That's pretty much why I made that joke, Carl. You'd be able to pick up signals from Mars. And then you get a Mars rover's YouTube video stream, and all the robot dance music. Well, Carl, then again, if you had some big clippers, you probably want to make sure that's a phone line and not a power line.
I mean, it's a shocking good time if it's power, but
Oh yeah.
There's no future for Carl in giving Aunt Donna a large insurance settlement. Antenna. Oh, okay. Antenna you've got right now is too long to pick up a weather balloon frequencies until they're right on top of me. Okay. Can you run several and switch between them? Use a shorter one till it gets right on top of you? Next door neighbor used to have a 10-foot diameter satellite dish, and I'm going, I wish I knew how to build a radio telescope. I'd buy that thing off of him. Just leave it on the pole, man. I'll take care of it. Antenna tuners and switchers, yes, they do make them. Okay, good.
huh. New York City
Hello,
has a hot sauce
Richie.
expo.
A hot sauce expo?
Yeah.
New York City, get a room.
I'm just going, like to have the porta potty license for that group until one melts.
Yeah. Taco Bell night would have nothing on that.
Nope.
Want to open up an ice cream shop right next door.
Come on, ice cream.
It's the 11th annual New York City Hot Sauce Expo.
Mm.
Put on by High River Sauces.
That is one thing. Well, good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
It's one thing I do miss from work is all the guys bringing in their homegrown peppers and tomatoes and stuff.
Mm,
Um, that certainly made my homemade chili a whole lot more interesting over the last 10 or 12 years.
I can
'Cause
imagine that would make a difference.
I would grab a handful of whatever peppers they brought in, um, put on rubber gloves and chop them up and throw them in a jar full of apple cider vinegar and put it in the fridge and let them age along with a few um, quartered uh, green tomatoes and whatnot. But there are varieties of peppers in there I don't even know the names of.
Wrong button.
So apparently, this is a 2-day expo that is open from 10 to 6 both days. And they have what they call the Stage of Doom schedule of events. So doors open at 10 a.m. First day, we got 12 p.m. Donuts of Death Challenge. 1 p.m. The Spicy Tacos of Hell Challenge. 2 p.m. The Burning Barbecue Pork Challenge. 3 p.m. Chicken Wings of Death Challenge. And 4 p.m. The Spicy Pizza of Doom Challenge. I feel so bad for whatever cleaning crew is going to have to take care of those
I was
restrooms.
going to say the next challenge is the janitorial challenge where they have to clean all this shit up.
But
Literally.
Literally.
wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
On Sunday, the doors open at 10 a.m. 12 p.m., we have the Slatanic Burrito Challenge. 1 p.m., the Italian Beef of Spicy Love Challenge. 2 p.m., Bobbing for Reaper Peppers Challenge.
Oh, hell no.
That's
3 p.m., the Hot Diggity Dog Ziggity Boom Challenge.
I don't even want to imagine.
And the final challenge of the weekend.
The
4
2-yard
p.m.
dash.
Huh?
The 2-yard dash.
The 2-yard trucker walk. Just kind of clench up and pray. 4 p.m. Sunday, September 22nd. You don't want to miss the Pucker Butt Pepper Company presents the Guinness Book of World Records Reaper Eating Challenge $1,000 grand prize.
And you know somebody's going to be stupid enough to enter that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there'll be several.
And then
Hey,
6
$20
p.m. they
is
close.
$20, but that ain't worth 1,000.
Right.
And Foxy, I had my pick of peppers to pickle. And hello, Daniel. Wait a minute. There we go. Something got moved. I clicked on Daniel's comment, and suddenly it wasn't where I clicked anymore. Sorry about that. Y'all talk so fast.
I never realized there were so many mom and pop hot sauce places across the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
There are
Yeah.
companies coming out to this from Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Oregon,
Not a whole hell of a lot
Florida.
else to do in Oregon.
Yeah. Virginia, New Jersey, Michigan.
I mean, Oregon's known for that one famous video game, and that's about it, right?
Pretty
Where
much.
you're going to die of dysentery.
Yep.
I hate that game.
Yeah.
So, are they going to try to make art imitate life, or life imitate art, by giving people hot sauce is so hot that it gives them dysentery?
I get the feeling art's really, really tired of being imitated.
If you enjoyed the video game, try it in real life. Come to Oregon. We'll give
If you
dysentery
survive
via
to
hot
get
sauce.
there. Oh no.
Okay. Their prices aren't bad to get into this, actually. General admission is $15, which gets you in, gets you free hot sauce tastings and the Stage of Doom events. Beverages are an additional cost.
Of
There's a
course. And
Or-
milk will be the most expensive beverage they got.
Right. Then you have the craft beer package, which is $45. Gets you 2 craft beers, 1 barbecue platter, a limited edition poster, and a bottle of High River sauces.
They sell ice cream at the event too. $20 for a pint of ice cream if you're going to eat it. $50 if you're going to apply it to your asshole.
Oh, Kitty, you're right. I do believe I have read that before.
Yeah, they do. Actually, they make the as far as I know, the hottest pepper in the Guinness Book of World Records right now. The Pepper X is from Pucker Butt.
Ah.
Mm.
And then they have the $100 Ultimate VIP package. Enjoy the hot sauce.
Dare we want to know?
Enjoy the Hot Sauce Expo with an all-access backstage pass into our exclusive VIP area. You will enjoy open bar with cocktails, craft beer, and spirit tastings, the limited edition poster, bottle of hot sauce, and VIP gift bag stuffed with sponsorship goodies. So not only can you burn your insides with the hot sauce, you can burn it with the cocktails.
Which are probably made with the hot sauces.
I was just about to say, yeah, somebody's going to do that.
They have. I've seen plenty of shots and cocktails that have hot sauce in them, and I'm like, no, thank you.
I thought assisted suicide was outlawed.
Right.
Hey, they're just giving you a drink. What you do afterwards is your own business.
Taste one of the hottest sauces there, get a shot of Fireball to chase it with. The Fireball actually cools it down.
It might.
What was that joke? Susie, most people that aren't alcoholics just call it cinnamon.
Right.
Oh dear. I probably should have picked a different name. One of my wife's friends was named Susie, and she was very, very fond of Stolichnaya. I mean, very, very fond. Wonderful company to be around. Very entertaining lady. She played the spoons and everything.
Oh. And the only reason why I even knew that was coming up is the local hot sauce place I've been getting my hot sauces from is going to be out there. They posted it on their Facebook page.
Oh, we had a guy at work that was waiting on the next big thing after Reaper peppers because he said that wasn't hot enough for him.
Yeah, try the Pepper X then.
Hey, no. I just made sure I knew whose peppers I was getting to take home to pickle. I ignored anything he brought. Even the banana peppers were probably too hot for me. That if he grew them, because they were right there next to everything else. I believe the last year we had a successful garden, the stink bugs ate everything but the poblano peppers, which are quite mild. And they've got a taste pretty much just a little bit warmer than a bell pepper. Apparently, that's the variety they use to make chili rellenos. And it's quite nice. But that's the only, out of all the stuff we planted in the garden, that's the only thing the bugs left us with. I'm going, you ate the jalapenos, but you left the poblanos. Okay. Now I know why the tomatoes are gone. You wanted salsa. Oh, Foxy, it's always time for ice cream.
Oh. So, anything else fun and exciting going on?
I'm hoping tomorrow let's see. Lindsay and I have to go grocery shopping, so that's going to knock out half a day. When we get back, I'm hoping I've still got enough energy to go out and tear down the concrete block stand that one of my barbecue grills was on, so I can level out the ground behind it and put the legs on the new stove and set it up in there. Then I've got to figure out where to set up the waist high grill that I would be taking down to do that. It's a campfire grill basically, but I've got it up on concrete blocks so it's not too tall, and I can move the grate up and down over any standard charcoal coals to cook stuff on. But we'll see whether or not that still gets much use once the stove is actually being used. Because if I have to, I can throw a frying pan on that and just fry hamburgers. Or take the griddle tops off and put hamburgers in the little wire baskets that we got and just lay it on top and, trying to build up a small supply of oak, but there are plenty of other things that will cause heat, but I'm not too sure of the smoke content that would affect the taste of anything cooked in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if the griddle tops are on and there's a frying pan on there, it doesn't matter what kind of wood I throw in there as long as it gets warm.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Kiri.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary. I found my cables.
You found your
Nice.
cable?
So the same drawing monitor that Tucker has, I got. But in the move, people put stuff places that we told them not to, and I couldn't find my cables. So I can now draw.
Good.
And
Even with a drawing tab and a ruler and Nick's hand to guide me, I couldn't draw a straight line, so
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing. You don't have to draw a straight line. You just have to draw a complete line.
yeah, even that doesn't work so well for me most of the time. I can trace a line like no other. Proving that on the wood burning show.
Mhm.
Very true.
Oh, Kitty, I don't care how hot it is once it gets above a mild jalapeno, it's out of my league. Um, Daddy used to love hot peppers. I couldn't tolerate them until went to a party while I was in college, and they had nachos with slices of jalapeno on them, and that tasted so good I could not stop myself. Uh, I missed class for 2 days, and then after that, I was able to stand at least mild jalapenos, if not the hotter varieties of anything at all. But, oh,
When I
Dad
was
used
younger, my father used to get the 10-can size jalapenos from whatever the big box store we were going to at the time. I think it was Sam's. And he and his friends would just sit there and just go through and just eat the peppers by themselves, trying to out macho each other. And of course, the next morning, my dad's on the throne. The rest of the house gets woke up because my dad's slamming his head into the wall, yelling, "Ah!" And because it was, burning out his O-ring.
Mm-hmm. Quick way to take care of any hemorrhoids. My dad's version of a mild salsa was probably about 5 times hotter than the normal like hot Tostitos brand salsa.
Mm.
And the apartment complex he was living in Valpo at the time, there was a Mexican family that lived up above him that they were good friends with, and he'd come down and they'd be talking, just eating, and the guy finally challenged my dad because my dad made homemade salsa. So he challenged him to try and make a salsa that would make him break out into a sweat. 13 pepper salsa. Yeah. He made it. I didn't realize what he was making. I thought he was making some salsa for my stepmom and I that, was palatable to us. And he goes, "Hey, come over here and try this."
Last time you ever listened to your dad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I bet he laughed.
Oh, he did. Because my dumb ass went over there, grabbed a chip, dipped right into that thing, too. It wasn't just a little taste. It was just full bore,
It was a full scoop.
Mm-hmm. That, was preceded by me taking the 5 steps over to the refrigerator, swinging that door open, grabbing the gallon of milk, and
Yeah, I can always tell when I accidentally got one of the habanero slices out of my pickled pepper jar when I make a pot of chili, because I only I'll use like salad tongs and just grab about a soup spoonful and put it in an entire crock pot full of chili. That's it. And when my wife says, "No, you can have the rest of it," and it's still 3/4 full, I know I grabbed a jalapeno in there somewhere. And she might have spooned that into her bowl.
Mm.
and she used to live in New Mexico. We got we got a couple of jars of Cowboy Kent's hatch green chili peppers and mixed red and green chili peppers. And God, those things are good. They're just about right at my limit. I mean, I know I'm burning my mouth, but it tastes so good.
I,
Um,
I'm willing to go over my heat threshold if the flavor is there. If it's just burny to be burny,
yeah,
you know,
that's a totally different animal right there.
yeah. But if it's
Mhm.
burny and has a very nice flavor to it, I'll tolerate the little bit. I won't enjoy myself later that day, but I'll tolerate the extra heat for
Hmm.
the flavor.
It's worth
It,
the sacrifice.
yeah, it was kind of like the hot pepper moonshine that we made. Had a great flavor. You don't know if it was the alcohol or the peppers with the burn going down.
Mm.
Well, if it's the same burn coming out, you know it was the peppers.
Well, my neighbor and I were wimps about trying it. We took we had some water bottles out there that had they were the cheap ones where the cap is only about yay tall. So we filled those up with the alcohol and did that as our flavor shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do Jello shots out of that stuff. Not even at a convention where you can run back to your room and lock the door and never come out.
Well, the bad part was when we first started distilling it, we didn't think to open the garage door.
Oh wow, you tear gassed yourselves.
Pretty much.
Mm.
That'd do it.
I got
That'll wake
hit
you
with
up in the
that
morning.
smell. I got hit with that smell. I jumped up out of the chair, ran over to the other door, swung it open, hit the button for the garage door, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm airing it out in here before we kill ourselves."
I don't want to die.
I'm saving our lives.
And
That's
Going out
Foxy,
that way, man.
That's kind of my problem with my sister's cooking. I swear she has burned off all of the taste buds on her tongue because she just eats this overly spicy crap. And it's just burn with no flavor. It's just hot. Oh, it tastes
sounds
good. It doesn't taste like shit. There
it
is no
doesn't
taste.
taste anything. It just
burn.
burns. By that definition, battery acid is good.
Yeah.
It sounds like what I think of most people's Thai food. Not the real stuff from a restaurant, just the stuff people make at home.
Yeah. That's the really, really funny thing about her. She's never gonna watch this, so I can completely unload on everything I ever wanted to say. She is
I'm not in the second grade sheet. No.
She lives in Texas. And
On purpose?
Yeah. She moved there with her husband and one kid, and they had another one while they were there. And she's an idiot and a racist.
So Texas was the right place for her to go.
Yeah. Bitches about all the illegal immigrants and then hires people to clean her house and put up her Christmas lights. And then she eats every single kind of ethnic food you can imagine. Mexican food, Thai food, Japanese food, Korean food. She loves all of it. But she'll sit and bitch about, oh, damn immigrants, they're ruining everything. Good job.
trying to think of what is a solely European American food.
There ain't
And
one.
right now, the only thing I can
Gefilte
think
fish.
of is oatmeal.
Gefilte fish.
I'm not even going to go there.
No other culture wants it.
He said food, not whatever the hell that is.
It allegedly is food.
No,
allegedly being the operative term.
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't.
Foxy, the jury is still out on haggis. I have yet to try that. I don't know. I really don't know. I can think of lots of things that I have had in my time that would probably be much, much worse.
Probably.
Chitlins.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, I've seen somebody actually cook those, and I'm going, you do know what that is, right?
Balls.
I'm sorry, senor. Sometimes
The bull wings.
the bull wins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, no. Don't bring that up either.
Oh, century eggs. I know exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like sulfur jello.
Tastes like the dinosaur forgot to hatch.
Yeah, it literally tastes like sulfur jello. That was one experiment that I would not want to try again. No, that's okay. Thank you.
You're a braver man than I am. Just reading what it was enough for me.
Trust me, just looking at it in front of me, I'm like, you want me to eat that or you want me to kill it?
Tastes the way Yellowstone smells.
Yep.
That's very descriptive, Foxy.
With the consistency of partially set jello.
No, thank you. And believe it or not, there are people that are still trying to figure out the Roman recipe for their version of soy sauce. It's a kind of fish oil sauce, but it's highly fermented, and they've been able to find jars that this stuff had been in thousands of years ago and been able to chemically test the residue so they can pretty much figure out what was in it, but not the correct proportions or how it was prepared.
Like everything else from Rome.
This is true.
I'm convinced there was no Roman science. There was just deals with demons.
I mean, if you
Those numbers check.
They seem to be pretty good at engineering. I'm just not sure about their culinary development.
Well, we can't reproduce, a lot of the stuff that they did with their engineering too. So that's why I'm like, maybe it's just they made a deal with a higher powered being, and that's how they got their cool shit. As soon as the Empire fell, yep, no one else is given the proper sacrifices. Screw you. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Really? I don't want to play with y'all no more. Ah,
You're no fun anymore. You're not killing the right people. Damn it.
You're not playing the game my way. That was a major flashback to being 6.
tell me about it. I was just flashing back to my childhood as well. There was a kid that wanted to form some kind of a club or something in the neighborhood, and he wanted to elect a club president and officers, and he didn't get elected.
Didn't want to play
So
anymore, did he?
he went back to his house and came back with substitute votes that he'd written up himself, so that he won.
Nope, not going to say it.
I'm just going. You spent a long time with your leg in a cast there, kid. You forgot how to socialize.
Mhm.
Someone's got a plan for Congress.
You really.
I was going to say,
You don't like me? I'll bring my own votes.
did you possibly have the initials? Nope, never mind. Not going to say it.
I don't remember what his name was. I don't even remember his family's name. They had a
I
big
just remember he
impressive
was
house, but
a really orange boy with no hair.
well, he'd never been mistaken for a Monty Python character from a movie.
The cat landed on his head.
Pretty do.
Then he had hair the next day.
Vote my way or I'm coming for you.
Only on the palms of his hands, oddly enough.
Or in the palm of his hand. I mean,
That's what I said, Rich. Rob? Rob's not even here.
well, you said on, I said in.
Oh.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nope.
I'm just remembering a commenter in the previous show being very, very upset about the price increase of the service. Not that kind of service, but let me say that somebody's getting serviced here and not in the fun way.
I remember when a lap dance was $1.
That's why they call the IRS the Internal Revenue Service. Because it's the same thing the farmer called what his bull was doing to the next farmer's cows. Christopher.
That's a funny name for something that one cow does to another.
For pay. Somebody making one farmer is pimping out his bull to another farmer's cows. All right.
Hey, it can't always be my show that people learn stuff on. So
Exactly. We're an educational group here. We're going to teach people stuff.
Yeah, really.
May not be stuff you want to know, but
it's stuff you never thought of before.
Oddly enough, that is my actual profession.
Teaching stuff to people that don't want to learn it.
Yeah. Why do I have to know how to do this? So that you can have everything billed correctly, so that the firm can collect money from your clients, so that you actually get money.
So that you actually paid instead of fired. Chris, we don't size shame around here.
Leave my sister out of this.
Mine too.
not mine. She's a skinny little. Nope, never mind.
Like, Brenda has lost a lot of weight recently, so yeah, she's no longer a beefy gal, but she'll cut a bitch in a heartbeat.
Mm.
And there's no Latina in our blood to bring that out. She's just.
Yeah, my sister never had to carry a knife. If she got mad at somebody, she'd just pick them up by the shoulders and rip them in half.
Oh, my sister wouldn't carry a knife either. She'd just reach in, pull out a rib, and fucking sharpen it on the ground, and then cut him. Brenda's freshman year in high school, a senior varsity football player's cheerleader girlfriend made a disparaging remark to my sister. My sister has always had a very go fuck yourself attitude. So my sister went to go kick this other chick's ass. 2 freshman girls. Senior varsity football player decides to step in to defend the honor of his girlfriend.
Wound up, got his ass handed to him, didn't he?
Got knocked out. not knocked down. Knocked out. Over the next week, 3 of his friends tried to jump my sister. All 3 of them ended up knocked out.
You were taking notes, I hope.
No, I was still in grade school at this point in time. But the vice principal asked my sister to do him a kindness and to stop knocking out the football players.
Please stop knocking out my players. This is not looking good for us.
To which she replied, have them stop coming after me, and we won't have to worry about it. After which, they were told, do not mess with the Asplin girl. Several years later, football players kind of forgot that stuff. Brenda's now a senior, and football players are being dumbasses on a regular basis. So she's kicking their ass on a regular basis. Brenda graduates. I come in as a freshman the next year. The football players are, of course, all right, freshman, you're carrying my tray tomorrow. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Well, we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow came. At the end of lunch, thought, we told you to carry our tray, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you are some kind of specially stupid. You can carry a football 100 yards down the field, but you can't carry a tray 25 feet to a conveyor belt. I was an intelligent child. I wasn't a bright child. I also could not fight my way out of a wet paper sack to save my life. To this day, I need a sword or a yo-yo in hand for me to be able to reasonably defend myself. They chase me. Bell rings. I run up the steps. The only time in my life I'd ever been able to take that staircase 2 steps at a time and not die afterwards, because I was afraid of dying afterwards. Football players don't think about moving strategically through people unless they have a ball in hand. They just. So they were tripping over freshmen, while I managed to get around the corner and hide. The next day, they corner me after lunch. The vice principal, who hated my sister with a passion because she kept beating up his football players, walks over. Mr. Asplin, is there a problem here? To which the football players surrounding me suddenly go, Asplin? Brenda's little brother? He survived his entire life with that we might not want to try to fight him. And they left me alone. So yeah. If it comes to throwing punches and stuff like that, no, I cannot do that to save my life. Put a sword in hand, and I can at least make someone have a limp afterwards. Not saying I'll win the fight. I'm saying they'll at least walk away with the limp. And put a yo-yo in my hand, I can probably break their nose.
Well, I always just went for the legs. Because one thing my mother and father both taught me was, it don't matter how big they are. You take out a kneecap, they ain't moving anymore.
My parents' philosophy is the definition of a fair fight is the one you lose.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, when it comes to fighting, there are no rules. The rules are I get to walk away alive.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say you get to walk away alive. It says I get to walk away alive.
The Tom Darby School of Combat.
The Scottish martial art. Fuck you! Mostly it's headbutting them and then kicking them when they're on the ground.
Here, catch this log. Bam!
One of Nick's favorites, Wygon Fu, where you wait out for an honorable opponent outside of Walmart in station wagon and run them over.
You did not see that coming. Oh God, why is that the only accent I'm allowed to do anymore?
I was going to say, when did Boris Karloff join the panel here?
I'm not allowed to do any of them. I do them anyway, because I'm just not allowed to do them.
On the subject of weaponry, new home defense named Cat Paw.
Aww. It's adorable.
Yeah, but I imagine it kicks like a mule instead of a cat.
Depends on how many triggers you pull at one time. That looks like
those top four looks like it'd be kicking like an elephant, and that middle one looks like it'd be kicking like a grenade launcher.
That looks like an 8-bore there. You're going to be reaching out and touching geese in orbit with that sucker. Oh.
Puts a whole new meaning to the, to the old Chinese, to the old style of ching ching pow.
Well,
we know that the home intruder didn't have a backbone, or at least he doesn't now.
They did invent gunpowder and several other things as well to go along with it.
Whole new connotation to blowing their back out. Either way, they're fucked. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Apparently, I'm green rooming 24 hours too early.
A little bit, yeah.
It'll be all right. Only Carl watches us.
Oh, Lord.
And he understands.
Which is why he laughs at our jokes.
Oh no, Chris, I don't know that I want to. How did invertebrates get on 2 legs? I'm guessing they grew a spine. Unlike pick your least favorite political party. Um, oh,
Oh.
no, I've got a guilty pleasure of watching some military veterans and their friends that do basically non-political YouTube streams, but I get the feeling they wouldn't like my politics and I wouldn't like theirs if I were to find out if we were both groups to find out what the others were, but they're a lot of fun to listen to. I mean, they come across like a couple of them talk like people I used to work with at the factory. So, I'm remembering all the industrial language. They
So,
can certainly tell good stories. What on earth?
so if you thought you were having a bad day,
Oh, shit.
yep, Lube Tech did that first thing in the morning right in front of the owner of the vehicle.
I've only seen one worse.
So you're
And
saying they slipped up?
The one that I thought was worse is somebody had brought in an expensive sports car, and the tech put the hooks on the jack under the fiberglass body rather than the frame of the vehicle.
Oh.
Just ripped it completely off the car.
So now we're going to see your car naked.
Mm-hmm.
Wires dangling, sparks flying.
Oh.
You always wanted a
Insurance
convertible.
guy going, "Hey, I like this." This is not an act of God stuff here, but it's almost as good.
How to say you never want to work in this industry ever again in 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That got warm. I better get a cold one.
If Misty survives the night, I might not. A lot of garlic in my ramen, and tummy is starting to get gurgly.
Yeah, I haven't said a prayer to some deities in a while, but I'll say one for her tonight.
Yeah, the Asplin household tonight, it's going to be a gas. And not just gas.
Oh.
Praise be to the flying spaghetti monster. May his noodly appendage reach it down and comfort you in your time of need.
So apparently today is their high holy day.
Oh, shit.
Really?
According to my middle
It's Colander Day?
significant other, today is the high holy day of the Pastafarians, because apparently they wanted their high holy day to be talked like a pirate day. The reason why this is brought up is because it is my middle child's birthday. So they stopped by for a little bit, and then we started talking about, what the various weird religions do and stuff like that, and brought up the Church of the Subgenius by J.R. Bob Dobbs. So I was thinking, I'm like, oh, hey, I know a way I could either mollify a whole bunch of incels or become their number one most wanted person that they want to die. Get ordained in the Church of the Subgenius. Because in the Church of the Subgenius, you're allowed to marry inanimate objects. This way I can go ahead and wed them and their vacuum cleaners. And this way they'll finally get laid and maybe not be so uptight.
Not going to make
And
that
then
bit.
And then I thought one step further. Oh, hey, I could get them and allow them to marry their love dolls. I'm like, what would you name, an inflatable doll? And then some of my brain goes, Brethany. So now I've got to go to an AI chatbot and have it give me a list of air pun names. Because I was also thinking, maybe Gail. Actually, this would piss my sister-in-law off, Wendy.
That was the one I was thinking of.
So here's my question, because they can marry any inanimate object. If they marry the vacuum cleaner, will it stop sucking?
Probably right after the honeymoon.
Unless it wants something.
So many green room comments I could make right now, but I'm going to behave.
Oh, why
And
should
what if
you
it's
be
a
alone?
Roomba?
Jeff, get away from my feet.
Jeff has a toe fetish. We don't judge.
Evidently, so does the lumber on my front porch, unless I'm actually wearing shoes.
Fucking Jeff.
That's always how that works.
I know. I never run into anything when I'm actually wearing shoes. It's just when I'm walking around barefoot, that's when every obstacle in the house decides to displace itself 2 feet to the left.
Can't tell you how many times I've broken my pinky toe on that couch right there. The corner of that little bastard right there. Walking around the corner and just kick a leg and go, damn it, again.
Oh, we had to buy a new dryer, and the delivery man wouldn't take it in the house for me, so I had to take it from the driveway up a set of aluminum ramps and across the porch and in through the living room and the hallway to where I had to remove an entire door frame in order to fit this through there. What's the first thing I did when I was in the driveway? Trying to fit the hand truck underneath the new dryer. Drop it on my foot. Not the hand truck, the dryer. I limped for months.
Yeah.
Fortunately, nothing broke except for a little bit of skin. And I was able to get the blood off the dryer before my wife got home and saw it. She likes things to be perfectly clean. It did have a dent in it. I don't know if that was from my other foot trying to kick the damn thing off my trapped foot, or if I suddenly assumed my aspect and put on my avatar and actually dented the side of it to try and lessen the pain. Oh, Lord. No, I'm decided I'm going to replace that door frame entirely with a wider door. It's a very narrow door. That's why I had to take it completely loose. And really, I kind of wish we had a laundry room that was not inside the house. which would be, much less dangerous to my extremities, and much less aggravating. It'd be a little bit more plumbing, but I'm getting good at that. And buy a house, learn to be a plumber. Didn't know that was one of the options available in the package, but apparently I paid for the full deal. I've got to do some electrical work here sometime soon. We bought another chandelier to replace the old one in the dining room over the dining room table. Now that it's no worse than trying to wire in a ceiling fan, which I have done numerous times in my life. Just make sure you flip the right breaker off. And then everything
breaker, you suck.
Everything goes smoothly as long as you don't accidentally flip the wrong breaker off. That would be a shocking experience.
Thought most dancers had broken toes to begin with because of the copious amounts of ungodly practice that they've got to go through.
And those pointy shoes.
I heard one of the ugliest things in the world to behold is a dancer's feet because of the punishment they've got to go through.
There are worse things. There are cultures where foot binding is a thing, and you just go, I really did not want to know that. Why are you putting those pictures in the encyclopedia?
Because we don't kink shame around here, but we do kink question.
Well, it definitely ain't my kink.
I also can't think of too many people who it would be.
Oh, okay. There's the timer thingy. I'm looking around the screen going, how long have we been doing this?
Almost an hour and a half.
Almost 5 years. Oh dear.
Oh, that got a few things to pop.
Not the greener, not the greener, not the greener.
I had that happen the other day, and suddenly I was taking like a third as many pain pills as I was having to take before. So yeah, chiropractor probably would have helped me several months ago if I could find one that would take new patients and accept Medicare. When you're willing to get medical help, why do they make it so difficult to actually find any?
Can't find the stuff that you want and you need, but the stuff that it's like, okay, why do I want a strawberry colonic? Why is that part of my insurance package? But
I don't know. You'll have to ask Dr. Kellogg.
Prescription medications aren't. Thankfully, that's not the case with mine. I actually have good insurance where I'm at. But so many other companies, it'd be like, why would you offer this? You know, how about giving me, I don't know, even a 10% discount on my freaking medication?
Yeah. That's when you got to wonder whether or not your insurance company executives got a degree in underwater basket weaving or something in college rather than
Back
something useful.
then, without insurance, one of my medications was $500 a pill. Not $500 for the entire prescription, $500 a pill for a 30-day supply.
You got to find a better dealer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just coped.
You can do better than that in the parking lot of the YMCA, man.
That was for my migraine meds.
Oh, well, that's worth whatever cost you got to pay. Those things hurt.
They do, but I sucked it up and I worked through them instead of, going into debt for not even a full month's supply of my meds. But yeah, $500 a freaking pill.
I have never found any medication that would even make a dent in mine. And I would not recommend what I had to do to anybody unless you just try it once and it worked. But basically, it's an ice pack on your temples and lay very still in a totally dark room until the pain goes away. That's not fun. It hurt. The ice pack almost hurts as much as the migraine. But there's nothing that you can buy over the counter that would even touch it. It's like
Yeah.
the proverbial throwing bricks in the Grand Canyon. You're not going to make a dent in this in a million years. Thankfully, whatever it was that was triggering those, I seem to have misplaced that habit. Don't know what it was. It was not atmospheric
Metamorphosed out
changes.
of.
As far as I know, it might have been something dietary. But it just,
I'd guess dietary or environmental.
well, one day they just stopped happening. I'm not saying they're totally over. I'm just saying it's been a long time since the last occurrence.
Broke up with that psychopath?
Nah, no psychopath involved in this case. Former nurse, still married to her too. But no, there was just something, and I have changed my eating habits quite a bit from when I was younger, and they were much more frequent. I have no idea what it was. It was probably something dietary. I do not know.
Could be that your body finally caught up after all the punishment you put yourself through in the past, too.
Well,
Because you said after Lindsay came into the picture, you did a 180 on a lot of life choices to start living a healthier life and a better life and stuff. So,
well, yeah, I pretty much decided that I still have a life that I could make choices in rather than I'm just sitting here until the trumpet sounds. That was, and believe it or not, that was not one of the not eating was not one of the triggers for a migraine.
Not eating properly, though.
Not eating properly, or eating something from some place that had questionable food preparation practices, probably. Because back in the day, hey, this tastes great. Let me have another. That was pretty much my dietary choices. Now it's, wonder what I can cook. Oh, Lindsay's already cooking. Okay, she's good. Um, it's one reason why I got the cast iron stove. I'm looking forward to going outside and seeing what cowboy kind of stuff I can whip up. Um, I've got a shelf full of cookbooks, and I rarely do anything that I didn't learn from my family. Um, and I don't even use the recipe for most of those. I just go, oh, my ancestors said this is enough pepper. Uh, stop, child. That's enough. Oh, Foxy, I certainly hope so. I haven't decided what the first thing's going to be yet. Um, there's still a lot of preparations out in the barbecue grill area to do before I can actually use it. Um, I'm leaning towards either some kind of a either steak or a something that would be properly cooked in a Dutch oven or a crock pot inside the house. Don't know. We'll find out.
And not Joe Dog's kind of Dutch oven.
No. Foxy chicken is not something I've been very successful with as far as frying goes. I can make casseroles and stuff, but um, I'm tempted to give up my Southerner card because I can't fry chicken worth anything. I'm learning, just not very quickly. I'm going to have to go down the hallway, guys. I will be right back.
Already.
Try not to burn the place down while I'm gone. But if you do, it's not my place.
Blame
It
Joe Dog.
belongs to the it belongs to the service we are going to abandon.
Oh, so you guys are dumping?
So apparently, Joe Dog heard from up high in StreamYard that even though he was, amongst the first to, be using the service, they are not going to grandfather him in at the current rate.
That's a fucking correct.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to say pardon my language on that because that needs that for emphasis on the correct syllable.
Mm-hmm. So come December, apparently Joe Dog had heard from somebody else also that even those who on the lifetime aren't getting the lower rate, even though I have an email stating otherwise. So I'm thinking December, possibly as early as November, I'm going to email them again and be like, hey, I want to verify
Just
this one
making
more
sure,
time.
yep.
Keep that paper trail.
Yep.
And I've been looking the past couple days with Restream and a couple of others, gathering resources to go in and play with and double check just in case, because Pika had a post about, allegedly even the the free version is supposed to go away. Although the free version is still there, it's still showing. Something else that they had put out says that the free version is not going away. Because I think the second that they completely cut out the free version, they're gonna be surprised at how fast people leave the room. It's gonna be like one of those old cartoons where you see, people shape holes in the walls as they're exiting very quickly.
Yep.
Women and children first. Exit stage left. Yeah.
So do you guys know what you're planning on jumping to come that time?
I'm personally looking into what was it?
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. Thank you. It just would not, because it's so close to the other one. Foxy, the difference will be what we're paying now is roughly 50% of what they want us to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So neither Joe Dog nor I plan to increase our streaming budget to $8,000 a year.
Yeah, it's jumping up to like 800.
Yeah, that's if you're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
coming up, it's going from 400 something to almost 900.
I guess Pike is on like an even higher plan than what we are. He's on like one of the actual like corporate plans, company plans.
Oh,
and his is going up by like 300% or something.
Cool.
He's on one of the corporate plans, but
he's also
he didn't bother to give everyone a seat.
He's also on a monthly payment plan rather than a yearly. So it's even higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope that the fallout from this is so dramatic that they go, was it something I said?
Well, it's not the original creators
it's not the original.
They got bought out in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's when all the...
And then got booted like a month later.
What the actual... That's about the same time frame the actual garbage started coming out, so...
Yep.
And
I guess the original creators were doing or the original owners, whatever you want to call them, were doing town halls every, I think they said Sunday, for anyone that wanted to, come in, listen, see what's going on and stuff like that. And I guess the new owners finally did their first town hall in like 6 or 7 months. And I guess not a lot of people were happy about where things were going. So, remind me to send you, Dan, the video I'm talking about, because the young, very well spoken, very intelligent young man who did the video, has a bunch of different videos and things like that dealing with streaming resources and stuff like that. And he mentions several of the competitors, which are just as good, that he's also used and done. Testimonial is not the right word I'm looking for, but it's close enough for government work. It really is a testimonial, but testimonial is still just not the right proper word. But
He's researched alternatives already.
well, his thing is to build your brand. So he talks about all different streaming services and stuff like that, because StreamYard might not be the right thing for person A to build their brand, where Streamlabs or Restream or some of the others might actually be. So he's a good resource, and he might be a resource that Joe Dog might want to look into, because it might help do what needs to be done to give Hallowcon the goose that it needs for whatever breath needs to be breathed into that brand.
Well, the thing with Joe Dog is, once he gets burned by somebody, that bridge is gone forever.
Right. But again, there's many other platforms that can be used and such. So
He may just decide that he will never stream anywhere ever again because of this one bad apple.
well, that also doesn't mean that we can't pick up and carry the torch to shine the light on
Well,
Hallowcon too.
it means stupid o'clock might end, but I'm reluctant to give up Last Man Standing. I mean, I'm having
Exactly,
too much fun.
Last Man Standing is your brand, so yeah, I mean, and hell, I mean, if you want to build, the Last Man Standing brand, I mean, it's I don't care enough about the life lessons with Crazy Uncle Dick and other stuff to make it monetized and all that shit. I just want to go out and have fun.
And Chris Walker says send it to him too.
Well, then,
And Kitty Foxy, both of you are exactly right. Basically, what the present management of this service has decided is that nobody but corporate entities are worth their while to deal with, and they have plenty of money and are willing to pay whatever is asked.
it's also possible that they're used to dealing with corporate entities who have piles and piles and piles of cash. Because again, not the original creators and people behind StreamYard. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the company, and honestly, because of the tomfuckery that they're doing, there's no real reason to purposely try to remember their name unless it's to make sure that it's an avoidance. But I mean, crap. The young gentleman's name was Kirk something. Let me look, because I recently subscribed to him. Yeah, and I'm not interested in building a streaming empire at 51.
No.
If I stumble into it and it pays the bills and shit like that, okay, yeah, fine, maybe, but I'm not going to go and chase that dream. Too little energy, too much energy. Yeah, it's all it's going to do is, to deplete my spell slots faster than it really needs to be, when I can devote it to Crow and Misty and the crew here and the people I love and enjoy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If it's something that comes with all of that, fine. Yeah, I'll screw with it. Although yesterday, had an epiphany for a show for the Late Night Owls, but it's not the show that people are wanting to stay up to see. It's the show that people turn on because they can't sleep, and I want to call it, sure, what the hell?
All right.
Because it's exactly what's going on. You know what? Sure, what the hell?
Sort of like Last Man Standing would be when there's nothing else on. Oh, I have come to the realization here lately, since I retired, I've only ever had a limited amount of spoons, and sometimes I have been borrowing them from resources I did not know I was using up.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Mm-hmm. And I now have to budget my spoons. I hate to do that. It's going to be a learning curve right there for me to be able to do that. But there's stuff that has to happen because I'm now under a deadline. Don't know how long away the deadline is, but I can tell it's a deadline.
Are you talking about a quite literal deadline or some other kind of deadline?
I'm talking about a quite literal deadline. There's a lot of stuff I need to accomplish before the quite literal deadline. Otherwise, I have no idea who is going to seize control of what I've built so far and what they're going to turn it into. And I won't be around to say no. So I need to get all the stories written down. I need to get all the music that I can written down. I need to get all the paintings that I can do drying on an easel somewhere. My legacy is secure as long as nobody screws it up. But, that would be, hey, it went downhill after he crossed Rainbow Bridge. So, hey, the staff that I have now knows exactly my views about what I never want to see attached to the Aphelion name, which is basically adverts and turning it into a cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
If you're making money off of it, it's no longer Aphelion. If you got an idea to make money, and I'm no longer in the picture, pick your own name, do your own thing. Don't ruin what I've been able to accomplish so far. Working on 3 decades, working on somewhere between 500 and 700 brand new professional writers that were amateurs when they came to me. Not me personally, but the magazine. I did very little to I did as much as I could to teach them what little I know. I did as much as I could to encourage them as much as I could. There have been several people that did not think that they had their own collection of spoons that were large enough to do what they are now doing. And if I gave them a boot and a button, got them in the right direction, that's fine. If it was more of a, tap on the shoulder and point in a particular direction, that's fine. I'm just, I am who I am, and I've done what I've done, and I'm damn proud of it. Don't screw that up after I'm gone. That's all I ask.
Speaking of the webzine,
Mm-hmm.
has your international audience been able to access the NDCD site?
All of them that have gotten the word, yes.
Excellent.
No problems whatsoever. As I suspected, it is because of the name of the original service that I have been using since 1995. I know Aphelion started in 1997, but I was using the same service several years previously. It's just because of the unfortunate circumstance of their having picked that name, and it's still there. If they changed their name without changing the DNS numbers,
Mm-hmm.
if they just changed the name, probably the trolls would just go away because they don't have anything to hate on. Oh, Thesis, you're getting cussed out.
Mm-hmm. I know.
All right, the gentleman's name is Kirk Nugent. I put a link to his channel in the SOC link
In Messenger. Good, thank you.
messenger.
Yes, that's a whole lot better than putting in the private chat on this channel. So that will stay for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also since Chris isn't in the show, he can't see the private
yes,
chat
that's
anyway.
right. That's right. So there's your link, Chris. We've got homework to do.
Yeah, and he's got a whole bunch of various things on building your brand and coaching and not coaching as in Jones, how are you ever going to play center? No, that coaching as in helping others. Um, I guess he's a producer, a coach, and a pastor. Makes sense. Stream coaching for all creators.
Let us just hope that Joe Dog finds something that inspires him to not give up. Because this has got him not only disillusioned with streaming, but he's talking like he can't afford to keep Hallowcon going. That's disturbing to me. That is very disturbing to me because Hallowcon is one of those things that it just needs to keep going. Like Aphelion, it just needs to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I know I keep joking that Joe Dog is going to stick Chris with it one day and just walk off. But I hope that day never happens. I hope Joe Dog gets re-energized and decides that, hey, this is actually something I never want to give up. So we'll just keep on going.
Well, especially since for all retirees, if you don't find something that's a passion that just keeps you going forward and wanting to go just because of that one thing right there, so much starts to decline so fast that it's not even funny.
Yeah,
Past couple years before Dad passed, a lot of the things that really sparked him, and as far as life goes, just kind of just went to hell. His friends moved to Florida. I mean, he wanted to die in the house that he and Mom built. So, um, and he did. Technically, he did. He died about a mile away at the bar right down the street, but still, um, and it's good to find a passion for something.
Yeah. And let's face it, there's only so many times I can mow the yard every month before somebody calls the hospital and goes, "There's something wrong with that guy."
That's a great thing about ADD is, I'm probably going to live forever simply because, so many new passions and so many new passions that I found this week that, apparently I found 2 years ago too. And then something else, shiny got in the way. So you'll never run out of new and exciting things to do.
That'll be the opposite of the Chinese curse. May you never run out of shiny things to do. Now, why am I seeing a Playboy bunny in one of them chrome swimsuits right now? Be a shiny thing to do. Think I'm a little bit past that, but one can have dreams. Be glad when mine are no longer nightmares. I keep waking up with about a week ago, I woke up from a nightmare where I had walked into a cloud of something and fell backwards unconscious. And when I woke up, my wallet was gone, everything but my glasses were gone. I'm going, is this my subconscious trying to tell me that I should stop enjoying little hole-in-the-wall tourist trap places where I could walk into some place that I've never been before and wind up walking out without my wallet and driver's license and whatever else? Or is this going, you're not as young as you once were? I've already accepted I'm not as young as I once were. Good grief, it was right after high school I accepted that one. Doesn't mean I have to like it or stop fighting against it. But, yeah. Yes, Foxy, nightmares do suck. And unfortunately, there's no operator's manual that we can look up and go, oh, I need a 3/8" wrench to tighten this up. Uncle Carl sent you a photo. I'm guessing that's a reference to the pretty girl in the aluminum bikini. I don't know. He didn't send one to me personally, but there's no telling what I have seen. Foxy plans to age with grace. Don't care about wrinkles or dark spots on my skin. I feel right there with you.
Unfortunately, Grace has a restraining order against me, so I can't go within 1,000 yards of it.
About the
I have
only
all the
thing
grace that God
me,
gave a drunken brick.
about the only thing that bothers me is waking up with extra aches and pains and go, what did I do last night? I don't remember.
You slept.
Oh,
Anyone past age 40, how did you sprain your back? I slept. Did you toss and turn in your sleep? Not that I can tell.
not that I know of. I was asleep at the time.
The blanket was nice and neat, and just I pulled it up over me, and if I tossed and turned, I didn't take the blanket with me. Or my favorite is, I breathed. You breathed wrong? No.
Just
Breathe
breathe.
perfectly normal, like I'm supposed to.
I
And
just figured
out.
this one out. No, Foxy, it's not because I'm a guy. It's because I want to stay married.
We have hit the 2-hour mark, though.
Oh, we have.
Del Toro is doing Frankenstein?
Kinky.
I want to see that. With Oscar Isaacs, no less. Now, is he the monster or is he the doctor?
I don't know, but that's going to be one hell of a pay-per-view right there. Ah.
All right, guys, let's run the end credits here. As always, you don't have to go home, but we've got to give Carl something less than a 5-hour show to look forward to tomorrow.
Why?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go fight a cat for my spot in bed, so...
There's no problem. I've got...
Fighting the wife might be easier.
I've got about 5 things that are sending me alert flags on the taskbar across the bottom of the screen. So I really need to go myself, but we shall reconvene this tomorrow night in the green room and Saturday night, if at all possible, for both shows. Almost same bat time, same bat channel, but I think it'll be closer to 10 o'clock for Stupid O'Clock and 11 o'clock for Last Man Standing. I do believe Joe Dog has given up on any idea of caring about how many hours that we have recorded, because basically after 50 hours of recording, they start deleting the older stuff anyway. And for me, everything's on YouTube.
Yep.
That's good enough. So let's see what are these last 3 comments. Good night, everyone. Night, guys. See you tomorrow. Go good, guys. And, as cheesy as it is, if I have to give up the bedtime story outro credits, I may have to write a better one. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Okay.
Transmission overload.
System will shut down. will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.